Hey everyone. So this is a group you're probably familiar with. Honestly, if you watch VC channels, there is the Long Cut over here, and Mazzy over here, and the Archivist behind me. And we are all together, and we are making a video. And I don't quite know where it's going to go. But
it's a year-end, just what we love about music and friendship and kumbaya-esque. What a terrible, fucked up year it's been.
Just shit talking in general, basically.
Yeah, I guess we're just shit talking about how bad the year was.
Can I swear on your channel? I don't know.
You can swear all you want.
I won't swear too much.
Yeah, right.
Not the first 30 seconds, I think, of a YouTube video.
So,
something like that.
Todd and the Archivist made these cocktails. Can you tell us what we're drinking?
It's
They
delicious.
are delicious. They're so
pretty
delicious.
good.
I need another one very soon.
Well,
Okay.
it's
Make some
bourbon
more.
and lemon juice.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
And ginger beer.
Ginger beer.
And cinnamon stick.
Cinnamon. So it's a little holiday effervescent
Yeah.
aperitif.
And we just listened to The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle, one of the greatest records in the history of music,
By
by Bruce Springsteen,
And
1973.
the E Street Band.
one of my all-time favorite
Right.
songs is on that.
My brother's favorite record of all time, which I've told you guys 35 times in the last hour.
Yeah. I like Sandy, that waitress I was seeing lost her desire for me. I spoke with her last night. She said she won't set herself on fire for me anymore. You know, the cops finally busted Madame Marie
You know
for
it.
telling fortunes better than they do.
That's the
Yes,
one.
I'm
Out of
Bruce.
order, that's just a brand new lyric. I love that song.
Yeah.
What else is going
I
on?
must say it sounds good with friends.
We went to a great record store today, right?
We did. We went to Janku Land in Tacoma.
I didn't go. I was not invited.
No, but he joined us
Mazzy
for
was not
pizza.
invited.
I mean, you would have been invited if you wanted to.
These are the records I got. Wait, we gotta get records.
All
in
right,
them.
all right.
Yeah.
Box tops.
You gotta take it out of the
Very
plastic.
nice.
Remember, Maslow says take it out of the
Oh, it
plastic.
always makes it like too shiny on the camera.
See, look
It's
at
not
that.
But
shiny.
you're doing the tilt. So it's
Anything,
all
Alex? Yeah.
You've been doing the tilt all day.
good. What?
I'm much more conservative when I'm on video. I don't know what to say.
You're,
Come on.
Anything Alex Chilton, I'll get. Bright
There's an
Eyes,
Alex Chilton record there.
Alex
I'm surprised you
Chilton
didn't
was
get
like 17 when he was in that band.
if not younger.
16.
Yeah, he was
it.
young.
Yeah.
What?
Bright Eyes, I don't really like Bright Eyes, but I like the songs on this record. Whatever. who
What is
cares?
that? Bright Eyes.
Oh,
People would be interested
this
in
is gonna be a good one.
Okay.
Galaxy 500. I
is
have none
good.
of their records, and I love Luna. I was thinking about seeing Luna at New Year's Eve. They're playing at the Fillmore.
Oh,
Isn't
cool.
that the name
I
of
don't go out on
I
New
just
Year's
saw a
Eve.
video of Dean
Yeah.
and Britta practicing.
They're incredible, right? They
Oh,
have tons of great Instagram
they're
videos.
great. I love
And then
Isn't
my
that the name of a Ford car? A Galaxy 500?
Lumina.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a car.
Oh.
Ford.
And then
Galaxy
probably no one, if somebody on the VC world knows what this is, I
What?
will be so impressed.
oh,
What is it?
I know this.
Cherie Knight.
It's not
No
the
idea, right?
been through a desert on a horse with no name.
No, I mean it might be, but Cherie Knight
That's American.
was signed by
American.
Steve Earle to E Squared Records in like 1996. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to look here. She made a record that Lane and I used to talk about all the time that we loved. It's impossible to find, and like a year ago, this random record was reissued, and it's like all electronic music. And she's like, she's like an alt country artist.
Wow.
And Pitchfork gave it a great. You seem bored by that. You're like, wow.
Pitchfork.
Put it up to the camera so you get a good look at it.
It's nobody. I just hope that somebody responds saying, "Oh my God, I love."
We're
that
literally
record."
on a visual medium where that is the camera and that's the audience. Now, before some dickhead says, "Why am I wearing a hat and a scarf indoors?" Because it was freezing out today, and I just
He's always such a stylish
Yeah.
fella.
I look like
Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah, when I sent pictures, my cousin Buck was like, "Why is he wearing that hat?" I was like, "Oh, you've never seen his channel." Like,
Marketing.
And he can wear a hat indoors. Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Mazzy can do whatever.
what else?
you
Oh,
want.
were you at the last Waltz by any chance? Every time I see Mazzy, I just bring up the fact that I can't believe. What did I say? I said that's the same as meeting Neil Armstrong. Right? That was a good line. Like he was at the who was at the last Waltz?
Well, a
aside from
shitload of people.
Neil
there.
Young?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
5,000 people were there. Okay,
Is it really that big?
5,500 it holds, so I'd say
Oh, I didn't know it was
5,000.
that big. I thought it was like Fillmore, like.
No, it's big in the
1,200
Fillmore.
or
It was an old ice skating thing on
But still,
Steiner and
like
Steiner.
Last Waltz is just like developed into
Yeah.
such like.
It was
this-
$25.
It's almost not real.
Included Thanksgiving dinner. I went with Jazz Shit Brooks, my friend
I love that you
David.
got
They gave
Thanksgiving
you
dinner.
dinner there.
Yeah,
And it was
except
only $25.
Yes.
no, but
What's
tickets.
the show?
But tickets in those days were $6. So it was a big. Our friend Vernon got all pissy, rest in
About the
peace,
price.
about the price. So he didn't buy a ticket. He regretted it for years.
And he didn't go?
He didn't go.
For
He
his-
didn't go.
I'm
Coleman.
for the rest of his
Coleman
life.
went.
Because
David-
$25 was too much for the last waltz.
I mean, he said he could afford it, but it just. Yeah, he didn't.
You gotta
he didn't
stand
go.
on
I
principle
understand that.
sometimes.
You met Vernon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Vernon's a
He's
sweetheart.
dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
so-
sweet guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Yeah. Let's. Yeah.
So I
To
bought a
Vernon.
couple $5
Vernon.
to Vernon. Yes.
Yes.
Vernon.
I bought a couple of $5 records. Elvis Costello, Almost Blue. Mazzy. I like it. I've listened to it. But I don't know a whole lot about it. Mazzy's gonna tell
Well,
us
it's
about it.
his first Nashville record, and it was produced. They had a little.
Is it T-Bone Burnett?
No, it's produced by the guy. What's his name? Who produced all of these? Where's it say? Where's fucking? Oh, come on. He was a famous Nashville producer. Oh, John McPhee's in here. John McPhee was in a band called Clover, who backed Elvis Costello on the first album, and who would later join.
Huey Lewis.
That's
Huey
going
Lewis in the
deep.
news.
Wow,
Well-
you just tied. Who was the first band you said? Was it
Clover
Clover.
backed.
Clover to Huey Lewis to
They were-
Elvis Costello.
Clover
Yeah, they were the
became
backing band.
the
Yeah, I feel like I know nothing.
Huey Lewis's band.
Yeah, I'm
but
like
this
I bought
was-
a Kansas record
this is a-
recently.
This is a famous Nashville producer. Why doesn't it say it right here?
Yeah, who is that?
It's
It has to be 80s though by the
Is this
colors of the
no, this
record,
is like
right?
Yeah, it's like 82.
So
or
cheesy.
no, this is like 78. Oh,
No.
81.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. No, but see, that's a takeoff on the Blue Note.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blue Note. What's the guitar player's name?
Kenny Burrell.
Kenny Burrell. It's kind of a play on the Kenny Burrell record.
Guys are tying this together.
Yeah.
Covering
yeah.
it. This is
Oh,
what you
I-
do. This
I
is like
can get it.
whack-a-mole.
Hold on.
Hey,
I'll
Amanda's
grab
gonna go get that record. Bring it all.
Recorded
full circle.
CBS Studios, Nashville.
I know somebody produced. I thought it was T-Bone Burnett.
No, he's the famous producer that did all the.
Not famous
don't
enough
slip.
to get his name in the credits.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Oh, very
there we
cool.
go. That's what it's based on. I mean,
Let me see.
somewhat.
Almost Blue and Midnight.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And then you have the Lou Graham solo single called.
Wait, who was
Midnight.
first? Kenny Burrell
Which
was
REM
first?
covered.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's in
In
the
the 60s.
Yeah, late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
This is God. Who did it say? I can't believe I'm forgetting this. It's not Owen Bradley who produced Patsy Cline. Oh, Billy Sherrill. Billy Sherrill, I think.
Produced that?
Billy Sherrill. I think someone's going to correct me in the comments right now. I think Billy Sherrill produced it. Who was like one of the top Nashville producers throughout the 60s and 70s. And yeah. Anyway.
What about the topic I brought up when we were having pizza? Like, oh, sorry. The fact that I'm 51 years old and there's so many artists that I know about that I'm still so excited to discover.
Well, who is that?
Let's
And
mention
I
a
brought
couple.
up X. I don't know X really. I have
Just
Los
saw them
Angeles.
live.
I
Yeah.
have Los
Amazing.
Angeles
We
on
saw them
vinyl,
live.
but don't know it. And then that just led me to XTC. I was like, I have something in oranges.
Apples and Oranges.
I bought
No,
that record,
le-
but I'm like, I don't
it's
know them well.
Lemons and oranges and lemon.
Elvis
Apples.
Costello, this is a good one. My friend Scott, who I
Or
think,
no.
who Amanda's met. You met Scott at
Oranges
South by
and Lemon.
Southwest. One of my dearest friends, one of the best human beings I know. I told him like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I was like, you know what? I don't know Elvis Costello as much as, like, I know My Aim Is True and This Year's Model. And he said, let me make you a Spotify playlist. And he did, and turned me on to tons of Elvis Costello.
Absolutely. There's
He
a lot
has
there.
he has a
Good
period
enjoy.
after around 70, around 80. 80 was King of America, right? But
Which
But
is the
he-
box set that just came out? Was that King of America?
there's an
King of
expanded
America.
one around that time. But he made a lot of stuff in the late 70s that didn't seem to kind of a lot of people kind of not turned off. Imperial Bedroom
Didn't
and
land as well.
didn't land as well. But going back and listening to those records, they're so
still
good.
Imperial Bedroom's great, right?
It is, but at the time I kind of thought, I don't know what it was. And what's the one with Shipbuilding? That song and Chet Baker. Chet Baker plays the trumpet on it.
Really?
And I didn't really know a lot about Chet Baker in the 70s. I knew as a jazz artist who he was. I knew he fell out of a window in Paris or in France somewhere.
Ouch.
You know, and he died. and he's
That's
dead.
how Chet
And
Baker.
he's dead.
And he's dead.
That's how Chet Baker died. Fell out
Yeah,
of a
he
window.
was like,
Yeah, can you believe it wasn't the heroin?
well, he was probably.
I don't know enough about Chet Baker. I'll add to my list. I don't
Are
know
we still
enough about
recording?
Chet
We're
Baker.
still recording. It's just a screensaver.
Wait, but I want to hear. Can I go with that thread for a little
You
bit?
can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who, is there
Right.
anyone that comes to mind to you? You're like
that I
this
don't.
an artist that like people always love that I just don't know that well. That,
Yeah, there's a lot actually. A lot of stuff that I missed in the '90s. That I mean, you mentioned them, like Slobberbone.
Brent Best is gonna
What a
love this.
terrible
Thanks for
name.
saying that.
Sorry.
What a terrible name.
Or-
It-
Slobberbone.
But they are an
It's almost-
incredible band.
It's almost as bad as Weezer. Weezer's like the worst name ever.
Every time I mention Slobberbone on my channel, which is called The Long Cut for anybody who wants to subscribe immediately,
There's a link below, right?
there's always like somebody who's like, oh man, they're like the best band.
You can cuss.
You're
at
gonna
me.
love it. Oh, you can? Yeah.
He did. He said Slobberbone.
I just muted out the F. But you are gonna love Slobberbone when you.
That
when
is
you get
so
on there.
disgusting. I think Linda.
But they
I
know the
think
names.
Linda-
Like Brent
there's
Best
bands
is
like-
interviewed, and he's always like, they're always
think-
like, "Why did you name it that?" He's
I
like,
think that's the last word.
he's like, we were like drunk or something. Like they know it's a terrible name.
I think that's the last word Linda Lovelace ever said. Slobberbone.
Oh God.
There's bands that I'm into that are not. I'm not that into, but I feel like I should be more into, like Archers of Loaf.
That's a good one.
Okay,
I don't know them
but
that
I never
well,
really
but I
got
know
into
them.
them at the
They're
time.
Archers of Loaf?
And then Super
Yeah,
Chunk,
they're
like I
great.
like Super Chunk, but I
You know them.
didn't get
I don't know
into
them.
them
You
at the
don't?
time,
I know
so
Sugar
they
Loaf.
don't have
Apples
that.
and
Green-eyed
Stereo would be another
lady,
one for
it's
me.
so lady.
That was a stereo.
Do you
yeah.
know them all?
Yeah, I had a couple of records,
You
but I
two
never
say
really
your
got into them.
band names.
Oh,
Archers
yeah.
of Loaf's a good one.
Archers of Loaf.
Archers of Loaf are great.
Yeah, but I like
Yeah.
they're like a band that I miss. Like X, I just miss
I think
them
my,
somehow.
my podiatrist asked me if I wanted archers for loaf. And my arches are
That
flat.
isn't not a good joke.
Yeah, once in a while Mazzy bombs, and that's the once. What about you? Is there anyone? Like, it doesn't have to just be indie rock.
I'm getting
like,
too hot now.
Uh,
Yeah,
Joan Baez. No.
I don't know much. Joni Mitchell, I don't know well. I know like
Wow.
Blue, but like I never got into.
You know, I got
need to
into in the
listen to
last
some
2
more
years.
Joni Mitchell.
They're not even a big group, but I got into because I got a Light in the Attic twofer, and then I bought that box set of the analog American Analog.
Oh, the American Analog set.
Oh my God,
great,
That
yeah.
that's my favorite discovery for me in the last
really?
year and a half.
Oh wow.
And then Andwalla, the '60s thing. They run Numero Group as well. And then you guys turned me on to karate.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know
We went to-
karate at all.
We went
I know
to see
you love
karate.
them.
We went to
Oh,
see
they were
karate.
so good live. Excellent.
It's like
Karate.
Jawbreaker, another one. Don't know them at all.
She knows
know
them.
like a few of their, and I know you love them. I don't
Okay.
know Jawbreaker at all.
So who do you feel like you missed?
This is a good. This is a good topic, right?
Yeah, good job.
I'll do my own video soon. If you want to subscribe, the link's below.
Make sure and give everybody credit here.
By the way, I need 360
Yeah.
more subscribers to get to 40,000. So please subscribe to Maslow's.
I need 3,000 more subscribers to get to 4,000. Well, no, that's not true. That's bad math. I'm
Yeah.
almost at. I'm almost at 3,000.
You know,
don't
the
you
be-
guys wish that you could be in this room?
The best part
There's
of
two great cats.
aside from the music,
Yeah, they're great
aside
guys.
from the music, the best part, seriously, and I'm getting all kumbaya-esque in my moment here, is hanging out with friends, listening and talking about music, right? Making cocktails, talking about
Absolutely.
music. This is what 2
These
days
guys make
after
great
Christmas.
cocktails.
We're
Great
we're
cocktails.
recording this. I don't know if you're going to go right away, put this up tomorrow, but we're recording this 2 days after Christmas. After the birth of the Christ child, or at least the faux birth of the Christ child, where there are discounts and Black Friday sales still going on. So there are 30-40% off sales at Act Now. By the way, you can still get merch in my store. You can get the It's the Music Stupid T-shirt and Hey Mazzy, Shut the Fuck Up Dude
Nobody's
T-shirt.
watching anymore. Like, everyone just tuned
We'll
out
have to edit this part out.
to
Hanukkah.
watch Succession or
It's
something.
Hanukkah.
Wait, but who else do you want to sit? Come on, let's fun.
Okay.
Now I'm really curious about yours too.
I mean,
Uncle
there's
Tupelo?
so much.
Uncle Tupelo, right?
There's a lot, but I don't.
Or like a genre that like.
I mean, there's always more music to listen to,
Yeah.
and there's so much that I want to hear. So I don't have like a particular band that I can pull out, but there's the best thing about music is there's always more to hear.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time you walk
That's
into a
very
record
true.
store, right? You're like, oh my god, somebody told me about this band.
Yeah.
What about you, Mazzy? Anyone?
I said, no. The answer, can't think of anything. The bands that I haven't
Mazzy
discovered.
wants to hear Archers of Love too.
Yeah,
Yeah, why are
I want to hear.
Crooked Fingers.
If the
Oh.
guys in Archers of Loaf watch this, they're gonna be so like, why does nobody listen to our
Here's
shit?
something that I debate people. I'm the elder of us here, and so many people, my contemporaries, just won't or closed off to listening to new music and new bands. And I'm not talking about like I got mocked.
You are not, which is great.
Even over here, I kind of got teased that you like Billie Eilish and you like the new Beyonce
Billie
record.
Irish.
Billie Eilish. You must be a
Eilish.
super fan.
Are you a big fan of Billie Irish? Was she from Dublin? That's what you called her. And Cowboy Carter, you love that record. Even on the drive over here, you were talking about it.
I love the Beyonce's record this year. I love it. But people mock you because she's like this pop. I mean, she's an incredible singer. What I do kind of tease. We talked about this is I don't like this whole practice of the last some years of 16 producers, 47 writers, all these different. It's
200 musicians.
Exactly. It's like a
But a lot of hip hop.
a movie production. But it happens with groups like the National and Bon Iver. Their recent records are all.
Oh, they are
50
not
people on
like
there?
that. What are you talking
they
about?
I thought Bon Iver was like just him in a
No,
in
but
a
now-
barn in
5
Wisconsin.
people.
But now they do all these other kind of things with Bon Iver. Then does these things with different like mixologists and.
Really?
This is a Bonnie
Totally
Iver
making.
cocktail.
Is this on the Billie Irish record? God, that was funny before. Now I'm killing it.
So anyway, Amanda, what bands did you miss out on?
Yeah, you two have nothing.
I'm
You're like,
outta
I've
here.
discovered
I'm outta here.
everything.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, get a record. Do a whack-a-mole.
So the other record I bought. You guys ever like have a record and it just disappears and you have no idea what happened? I got this record, like Columbia or RCA, and I had it for years and it's gone missing and I've kind of craved it and I found it for $5 and that's Eliminator by ZZ Top.
That's a band I never got into.
Really? You never got in? She got legs.
I know that.
Or Shopless Man.
That's a good one. Are they
Give
both
me all
on
your
there?
Give
love.
me all your lovin'. Or you got me on.
That's a
depression.
band that I need to like.
Yeah.
ZZ Top.
For
Never
sure.
got into them. Just kind of. I knew the hits.
There's
That
a
was
big
it.
single, Dirty Dog and Bad Girl. I have
Yeah,
no idea
yeah.
how those go, but yeah.
That's a serious cover.
$5.
too.
$5.
Like, look at that cover. You're not
Near
screwing around.
mint. It's pretty.
And they still
Not bad.
tour, right? ZZ Top.
Yeah, they're still around, I guess.
So
Even though one of them died.
Yes.
One of them died.
I am already remedying that.
Oh yeah,
She's
yeah.
got
For
she's
one
got the
thing,
best thing.
best
like,
find from today.
I bought this today, and this is an artist I don't know super well, so I don't know if you can even see
Bert.
that.
It's so beautiful. The box
Bert.
set, the colors.
Janch.
Bert Jansch, which I have a hard time saying his name, always have. But anyway, this is a box set
Bert Ireland.
of his last 3 records, and then 1 record of demos. And I picked this up today at Janku Land Records, which is
Big plug for Janku Land.
Such a great
yeah,
place.
so great. Still sealed and everything. It was such a find. Very excited about it. And so this is an artist
That's a
I'm
good one,
excited to
Black
jump into.
Swan, that album, one of the last albums he did. I think it might be the last album. Beth
Yeah.
Orton sings with him on it. It's such a good record.
Yeah, this
Love
one
that
has
record.
Crimson Moon, Edge of a Dream, and the Black
Yeah,
Swan.
Black Swan is his last, I guess. 2006?
Yeah.
Wow.
And who put this box set out?
Earth
Earth.
Records.
Oh.
They do a lot. They do a lot of the Pentangle. I don't know
That's
if they did
really
Pentangle,
nice.
but
Yeah, it's
Bert Jansch is great, guitar player and
Together.
singer. Him and John Renborn were the 2 guitar players in Pentangle.
What era was Needle of Death from? That song.
The Richard Thompson song? No.
Isn't that a Bert Jansch song? Needle of Death?
I'm
Like
thinking of
Neil Young
Wall
covered-
of Death. Oh,
Yeah,
Wall
Wall of Death is
R.E.M., the
Richard
best
Thompson.
cover.
Wall of
of
Death
any
is
song
Richard
ever.
Thompson. That's the
Yeah.
thing I'm thinking of.
But Needle of Death, Neil Young covered it on a record.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's the only song I really know of his, and I thought it would be on here, but it's not.
I don't know. No, it's
It's
probably
been
one of
a
those
later
early
record.
records.
These are early ones.
These are the last
it's
4.
actually the last.
Oh, I thought it was the first.
This is from
one.
Yeah, me too.
2000 on.
Oh,
he
okay.
died. He died like 2010.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was a big deal. He showed up at South
Got
by
Elton John
Southwest
there?
one
What is
year. We were there, and I think he like died right after.
I'm showing Blue Moves. This is the worst piece of shit Elton John record
I was gonna
ever.
say I don't even know that Elton John record.
He made
Thanks
And I
for
love
pulling
Elton
it
John.
up,
Tell us
though.
the story on that.
Elton John made the
One
one.
good turn of events here.
Elton John, like Stevie Wonder, like think of a number of artists, probably made the best run of records from 69,
Rod
70.
Stewart with the Faces, and then he turned.
Yeah,
just
but
bad.
Elton John, like from 69, 70, and Your Song album was self-titled, wasn't even his first, but from them to about, this came out in 76 or something. So everything he made, like Brown Dirt Cowboy and Caribou and Madman Across the Water and Tumbleweed Connection, and even 11-17-70, or if
Honky
you're in
Chateau.
Honky Chateau. I mean, he made a great series of records, and then this piece of crap shit came out. And there's like 2 great songs on it. The only good song on it is Sorry seems to be the hardest.
Is Crocodile
word.
Rock on that one?
No, that's on the
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
Yeah. I just hate this fucking album, and it's just terrible. That's why I
So,
love it.
what was going on that he made such a crappy record?
I've never even heard of that.
Was he
record. I
burning
didn't know it
out?
existed.
But this is
Well,
around
the
the
cover
time.
is so terrible.
You know, again,
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder also had a great run, like around this time, and then he puts out The Secret Life of Plants, which
Would
is
you
a
have
soundtrack.
them?
Yeah, we have that one too.
You know, that actually holds up
Is that
better
record
now.
that bad? I
It's
had
a
that.
set-
I
it's
I
had
thought it
that
was
on-
kind of good. I don't
It's
know.
kind of
My
avant-garde,
expectations were very
electronic.
low,
It's a
but-
soundtrack, so it makes sense. This is like a piece of shit. This is the worst piece of shit Elton John.
Wow, tell us how you
I
really
have a
feel.
lot of feelings about this record.
What was
That's
going
the
on in your
whole,
life
like-
at the time that came out, Mazzy? It must have been a pretty
I got
bad period.
dumped in 75.
Okay, that was probably around that time.
This is 76. I was sorry. Seems to be the hardest word.
Aw, poor Mazzy. I'm sure she still regrets it.
Do you have a librarian to refile these later?
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll be
But
on
that's the
duty
old, like-
right after this video.
That's the old high fidelity argument, right? Like, how do you judge artists who were incredible at the beginning, but then have just been terrible for like decades?
Very few.
Stevie Wonder, Elton John,
Yeah.
Rod Stewart, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Rod
Paul
Stewart was in
McCartney.
the face.
Although he's so, but
Paul
he's,
McCartney.
If anybody even touches
No, I'm
Springsteen,
kidding.
like,
I'm kidding.
no, but Paul McCartney,
I know,
I
I'm
would,
kidding.
I don't defend him because every album he's made, there's like 3 or 4 great tracks and a lot of crap, and every once in a while he comes up with something brilliant. But you're right, he makes
what's
a
his
lot
best
of
solo record? Do you think?
Ram. If I had to
Ram
pick
is
one,
great.
but he's
Not
a-
Ram, because I love Ram. But like, I don't know.
I like Wildlife, and people hate Wildlife. I like the first solo album, McCartney album. I like Wildlife a lot.
What about the recent ones that came out with the
I like
dice
the-
on the front? Were those?
That was
Yeah,
good.
that
I
was
like
McCartney
that.
They like
three.
kept
That was okay.
reissuing them.
I like Egypt Station for recently.
I like that one, too.
I like Egypt Station.
I like the one that came out right around the time of the reunion, or the 1996 documentaries anthology, the
Oh, a Flaming Pie?
Flaming Pie. I like that one.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need another drink.
Yeah, maybe.
What's that? Every little in the quietest moments. What's that band that I can't stand? It's every in the quiet moments. 70s band. Supertramp. Is that Supertramp?
I love Supertramp.
I hate Supertramp.
All right.
What about Styx? You like
Debate
Styx?
No.
Supertramp.
You were never into Styx.
No.
I mean, how could you not like the Logical song? That's such a great song.
It's just the title of it. It's logical. It's logical.
I know, but it's like Yes.
It's
you just
kinda-
have to love these bands.
I like
somehow.
Yes, but it's sort of the worst part of Twee.
Mm.
Twee is like my favorite Twee band.
I
Which
don't even
is,
know what Twee is.
Oh,
What's-
Twee is Belle and Sebastian.
Yeah, I was gonna say Belle and Sebastian.
They're great,
but I
they're
didn't know
Twee.
it's
very
Tweed
kinda-
existed in the 70s.
It's like Bright
Seymour
Eyes is
Stein.
like Twee.
I guess, yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with Twee, but it's very kind of lighty, flighty.
Belle and Sebastian were really good though.
Yeah, they were great. I don't mean that as a negative for them, but they're Twee.
But Supertramp were Tweed?
I don't, people love Supertramp and all these audiophile fucks. They want. Sorry,
As if you're not one of them.
I play both ways. Don't repeat that. Don't record. Are we recording? No, Supertramp.
It would really suck if we were not recording this whole time.
Imagine that. What a waste. This has been Comedy Genius.
We're
No, it
recording.
hasn't.
Supertramp with the one with the piano on the cover. What is that called?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big
The
fan.
Grand Illusion?
Yeah.
No, there's the Breakfast in America.
Oh, no,
with
that's
the woman.
People love Supertramp, and I'm not going to say that. I just don't care for them.
Breakfast in America?
I know how popular they
Yeah.
are. People love those.
Isn't that what it's
records.
called? Breakfast in America?
That's one. That's one with the.
The Logical
waitress.
song is a great song. It's
Theological.
yeah, like it comes on in the car and you're like, this is good stuff.
Are you a Prog? Any of you guys into Prog?
I don't even know.
Define,
Like,
certain
Okay,
bands, I
the
guess.
first, theoretically, the first official Prog record is In the Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
record.
Thick as a Brick. Who's that?
Still don't really know it.
That's
What band is that?
Jethro Tull. That's
They're
proggy with a little bit of a folk crossover folk thing.
What about Genesis? With
Genesis is prog. Yeah, I mean,
But they call Pink Floyd prog. And
but they're more art rock and prog. See,
how
all
would
the
you define prog?
progressive.
I know, but what does it mean? Like,
Well,
like really complex music that doesn't have a melody?
Pretty much. It's basically something that has six
Oh no,
parts.
you guys are gonna get the prog
It's a
people all
it's
mad
it's
at
a
us.
six. Every song is 18
Suites.
minutes.
They all have suites.
6 suites. Bill Bruford.
Anything that has a suite in it is
Yeah.
just not great.
Bill Bruford plays on drums on every single prog record ever made, and it's pretentious, over the top. They mix 8 different time signatures in every song, and there's a lot of drumming, and you have to have a gong behind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we talk about Steely
The
Dan?
bang gong.
Is yes prog? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Steely Dan? You said that they're not
Yacht
yacht
rock.
I don't
rock,
think
right?
they're yacht rock.
What are
we
they?
argue. They're
Soft rock?
jazz rock.
Jazz
Easy
rock.
listening?
They're. I don't think they're easy listening at all. They're very
But
complex.
Steely Dan's another one of those.
Yeah, they're not easy.
Steely Dan's a band that everyone used to bash. That now they've had like this revitalization.
I think that I've
Everyone,
always liked
loves
Steely
them
Dan.
now. I've
but
always loved them.
But they got. Yeah, like who you like and don't like who you
Do you like the Eagles?
I do, but Don Henley is a punchable face person. He's such a dick.
I've heard that from.
I'll
a
take
lot
Don
of people.
Henley's
But I like the
solo
Eagles.
records over the Eagles.
Joe Walsh is cool though, right?
You know what's the greatest thing about Joe Walsh joining? That's what made Hotel California so great, because it gives it a little edge. It gives it a little
It
edge.
does not sound that edgy to me.
Well, it's not
It's
all
got,
of it.
Yeah, it's got a little edge.
It's got more edge than the first. I like the Eagles. Okay, I got tired of them for a while, but that mid-70s period, Hotel California, Eagles' Greatest Hits,
Desperado.
Fleetwood Mac Rumors, Peter Frampton Comes Alive. I couldn't.
Oh,
I
never
couldn't.
liked Frampton.
But I couldn't listen to those records for 30 years. They were played so much, and they're great records, all of them.
I mean, what is that for us? That's like Nevermind, right? Like that.
But I like Nevermind.
Pearl Jam 10.
I don't think I heard Nevermind as
I
much.
like Nevermind too, but
I mean, we heard the single, but I didn't hear that record as much as I heard Rumors or Hotel California. I think, what I love on Hotel California is New Kid in Town is a great song.
I can't listen to that song
Uh-huh.
because of Lane. It makes me cry every time I hear it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just don't like them.
because I remember us listening to it as kids.
I like Don Henley better than I like the Eagles. I like that
The Boys of
Boys
Summer?
of Summer is a great song.
Boys of Summer
And
is
you
a
know
great
who
song.
was supposed to record that song?
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been the same song.
No,
Tom
it
Petty.
Yeah.
Because the instrumental thing was similar.
Do you know I heard I saw something recently on John Lennon, and apparently the last song that he said he loved was "Hungry Heart" from The River.
Really?
It was
He
the
did like
day
it.
before he died, I think.
I
He,
heard that.
Called Bruce
I didn't know it
and
was the day
said,
before, but he liked
I
it.
absolutely, because
Shit.
Bruce. I may get this wrong, but I think Bruce wrote "Hungry Heart" for the Ramones.
Ramones, yeah.
they were supposed
Yeah,
to record
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
And it became a huge hit for Springsteen.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently the day before or the morning of,
I've heard him
Lennon
say
said
that.
to
I don't
Bruce,
know when
"I
it was.
love this song."
He did say it, but I don't know when it was, when he said it. You know who sings on that song with him?
Who's?
Who sing the background harmonies on Hungry Heart?
Hungry Heart.
Flo and Eddie, Mark Kalin, Howard Volman, who were the two lead singers for the Turtles, Happy Together.
Yeah.
And
That's who Flo and Eddie are?
That's Flo and Eddie, and they
They were
backed
from
up.
K-Rock
and they,
in New York.
and they
right?
backed.
I see him on Alice Cooper credits.
Yeah, and they
sometimes.
backed up they were in the Mothers on Live at the Fillmore East, the Mothers of Invention, and they had their own albums, the Fluorescent Leech and Eddie, Flo and Eddie, and they backed up. They're great vocalists. One of the best videos on YouTube, we should watch it later, is Flo and Eddie talking about how they got screwed business. They have a whiteboard, and it's about a 15-minute video talking about managers. This manager stole from here. We had to get the advance here, pay that manager back to
I
get
don't
out.
want to know if I want Flo and Eddie all bitter. I
Oh.
kind of like them just like, Flo and Eddie.
It's
the people that sing
but
the
it's
songs.
every artist who gets signed to a label should watch that video.
If they aren't stealing from you, who are
Who
they
gonna
gonna
steal from?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good. Yeah, I never heard that. That's good.
So
That's
Woody
from
Allen line.
Annie Hall.
Who we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that
We were.
conversation out.
Yes. So,
So, Mazzy, what are you looking forward to in music in 2025? Since we
That's
are
a
on the
good
eve
question.
of 2025.
I really want protest songs to come back. I want people to write good, smart, not like attacking, like F you, any candidate of your choice. I want it to be a smart, like Dylan used to write, Billy Bragg has written stuff, Phil Oakes definitely. It's more really something that holds up. I mean, in a way, as much as I like Lennon's protest songs, he almost was too obvious. Give Peace a Chance, Instant Karma, Revolution. That was good, but Imagine. But that's a little
But
more.
that whole
bleak.
newspaper record thing he did was a little.
Yeah, over the top. But I want good. I think it's time to raise our voices against tyranny and against
Shitbaggery.
shitbaggery, fake newsery. Well,
Well, we keep talking about the recent Henry Rollins video, right?
I
Yeah.
haven't seen the recent video.
He
Tell
was
the
interviewed
audience.
recently, and he said, "What? This is no time to despair." He's
Yeah.
like, "This is what Joe Strummer
Trained us
for. Is
He's
this
like,
moment right now?"
This is Strummer time. This is
He's
punk
like,
rock time.
And he's right.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But weren't we saying today over lunch? Like, music right now is just, to me, it's as good as it's ever been. Like,
It's getting
so many great
This
artists
year,
right now.
2024.
I
was
played
a-
the MJ Lenderman on the right. We were talking the
Yeah,
whole time.
2024 was a great year for new records by new and old artists. I thought, the three of us. I'm sorry, but Amanda, you don't make videos here, but the three of us did our
I'm
top.
not sorry.
She's not sorry.
We did our top records of
might
the
feature in
year, all independent, and we all named the same #1 record.
That is pretty crazy.
Bright Future,
Yeah.
which
Adrian Lenker.
isn't that a perfect
You
title
would
for
tell
the
who it
moment?
is.
That is
Bright-
a good title.
Bright Future by
Adrian Lenker
Adrian Lenker
from Big Thief.
from Big Thief. Kind of a folky country, alt country.
I think the best
Americana.
songwriter going right now.
Amazing
Nice,
record.
Best
And
lyricist.
it grows on you too. It almost starts out the
Oh,
first
show.
the first 3 minutes or the first 3 minutes of the song are like lo-fi, and then it blossoms and it opens
It's a
up.
beautiful record.
It's a beautiful record. And we all coincidentally, we didn't call each other, hey Maz, hey Todd,
Wasn't
hey,
coordinated at all.
what are you doing?
And
Let's all name Big Bright Future as our
And like the cover's so great. It's like a Dylan record, right? With the cowboy hat. And
it's kind of a lo-fi cover
she's
too.
so cool.
It's like out of focus a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
I saw Big Thief perform in a cemetery in Los Angeles. Apparently, there's like a venue. I don't remember what it's called. Last summer of 2023, and it was one
Can
of the
you
best.
tell our audience
sorry.
that instead of
And
us?
it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. It was absolutely incredible. That's it. It's just, there's no more to the story.
we saw her on this tour, and it's like every song she played was sort of in this. The two musicians that joined her on this record were there, and every song she played, sort of Big Thief catalog solo stuff, sort of sounded like this record.
Yeah.
It made me buy 3 of her other
Which is
early
really
records.
Yeah.
And they're all great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like really great.
There's something about it. There's people maybe that are into that kind of lo-fi folk thing. I just love that stuff. I realized on my list, more than half my top records were women this year.
Same.
I think 8 of 10 of mine were women.
I did 20.
You haven't gotten into Waxahachie, have you? I figured you would
I
love her.
I tried, and I just, because John, Digital Gramophone, if you're watching,
He's definitely
He's definitely watching. He should be here, actually.
Yeah.
He will watch this
Come
before
join
we
us
upload
sometime.
it.
you know what? Okay, the
We
two
will-
things, the two women that we can't get into that, and what's the one who has the cowboy hat in the back?
Hooray
of
for the
Hooray
riff
for the
raff.
Yeah.
riff-raff.
How
I
do you
ju-
not like that? It's
I don't know. I
Perfect.
tried.
that was my number 3.
Okay.
Lenderman too.
Hooray for the riff raff. I don't know what it is. I might try. I'll try again. I'm always.
Maybe you could start at, like her older stuff because that's the
The
stuff
Navigator. Listen to the
I
Navigator.
tend to
That's
really
great.
like her older
Or
stuff.
something Heroes. Something.
Did you get me a Hanukkah present?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, well you can go to the store, record store. See, if we were in the old days, you could go to Tower Records. It'd be open till midnight.
Well, we went to a record store just a couple hours ago.
I wasn't with you.
Can people in the vinyl community tell
They
me
didn't
if I
have
should
it.
buy the Beatles 1982? What is it? That you and I have
Oh,
been-
he wants to maybe buy the MoFi box because he loves the Mo-Fi White album, and I have one.
I only
that I
have
really
that
care-
one, and I
But
love
do
it.
you really
I
need
t-
the Mo-Fi Please Please Me?
Yes.
No,
Yeah?
I told him it's not. I don't care for it as much, so I'm not trying to pawn it off on someone, and I wasn't even trying to sell it. But if someone
No,
likes
I
it,
just mentioned it to you.
Yeah,
You were
the-
like, oh, I have one.
I have one and I don't listen to it, so I would sell it to him. But people are going to say either buy it or don't buy it.
And I don't have the
It's-
mono box set on vinyl. I have the stereo box set on vinyl.
you-
I have the mono box set on CD.
You should,
Confused?
yeah, you
But the White
Yeah,
Album,
but-
the version that you have from 1980, is it 82?
should, yeah, you
Which
love
I
it.
bought at Streetlight Records in San Jose. And I brought it home, and I was like, this is the best sounding Beatles
Wow.
record I've ever heard.
You know, it's whatever you like on your stereo in your room. So that's ultimately it. You know, okay.
$200.
The cliche, the cliche goes, not even a cliche, but the Mo-Fi Beatles, the way they were mastered for that. They use smiley face EQ, which some people don't like, which is high on the highs, high on the bass, and the middles are down or whatever.
That would be low because that's how the smiley face
Yes.
goes. Yeah.
Where are the cats, by the way? I haven't seen the
don't
cats in
know.
ages. We're
Where
gonna
are
make
our cats?
lasagna soon, right?
Yeah.
Right, we will.
Yeah.
We will.
We just gotta work
And
it.
we're all had a drink.
I know.
Lenny, come on.
Everybody
So,
is getting
you know, in terms of the new year,
restless.
I don't plan out the new year for music. Just whatever comes about.
New
and happens.
Springsteen record, maybe? We're due for a new Springsteen
Some
record.
kind of release, archival.
You know,
Well, Born to Run, 50th.
okay. Let me
50th,
let me
yeah.
ask you about shows.
What else?
'cause
What else left there?
There's a lot of controversy or a lot of discussion now how expensive live shows are for quote legacy acts and a lot of or the big pop stars, and I think the last big show, the last big show I went to was Beck at the arena at the used to be Key Arena, whatever it's called, Climate
T-Mobile.
Pledge, Climate
Climate
Pledge,
Pledge.
and he was great, and it was like I'm trying to think $80 to $100 ticket, which is a lot, but these
that's
days
that's nothing
right,
compared to what
right.
a lot of
Beck
shows
can
are.
still, he can sell out an arena.
Oh yeah,
still?
Sure.
he's huge, and in fact he's
I mean, I
bigger.
love Beck, but I didn't know he was still
Yeah,
Still in a small place.
I love Beck still, but aside from that, 3 years ago, the first show we all three went to together with my friend Coffee Julie, we saw Paul McCartney,
That was a very good.
and that was great. And what I was a little dubious because I had seen him maybe 15, 18 times, and all three of them had never seen him. I kept warning them about his voice because his voice is
not an issue.
but they loved it, and I loved that they were able to see Paul McCartney at that age in his, 70s, 80s, whenever it was, and that was great. But I have no desire to see these big shows, and I'll pay $25 to $40, $50 to see three bands at a club at the Tractor Tavern or a Crocodile, and if two of them are terrible, it doesn't matter. I'd rather do that. Like we went to see. Which I'd never seen Stereo Lab. Todd and I
that was
saw
great.
Stereo Lab a couple years ago, and it was
I was
fantastic.
supposed to go, but I couldn't.
Yeah,
I
and we
felt bad about
both
that.
independently saw X again. They've been around forever, but they're still great live.
Yeah.
Well, I've always felt kind of fortunate that my tastes don't align with the mainstream, so that I can see my favorite bands in small
Smaller
venues.
yeah.
Like I don't like the majority of the bands that tour in these huge places. I just don't. My tastes don't align with that. So
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can go see music for reasonable prices still.
yeah.
Yeah.
You-
And we just got tickets, or not just, but we got tickets to see Nick Cave. And
That's a pretty
he-
small place.
Yeah.
He's huge in Europe. He plays massive places in the
He's
US.
played at
It's pretty
Paramount?
Small. He was playing at
Paramount.
Paramount. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we saw him last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
I'm
we
seeing-
left early.
Who am I seeing?
And you guys, yeah.
I'm trying to wrangle a freebie on that. I don't know if I'll be able to get it though.
But do
Yeah.
you think we'll get every issue of Midnight Vultures in the new year?
That is overdue.
That is
He's
the
been
question.
Deeply overdue. That is my 25.
That's a record that when it came
2025
out, people were
wish
like,
list.
"This isn't that great."
Oh,
As
it's
time has
amazing.
passed, people are like, "It is the best
It is a
non-Prince
Prince record
Prince
that Prince
record."
never made.
That is
Hands
one.
down.
But when it
But
But
came
I was
out,
like,
it
go
did
back
not
to
get
Sea
reviewed
Change.
well.
Go back to Mutations. I didn't love it when it came out.
Oh God, I love
Yeah,
it.
I love it.
Mellow Gold is still my favorite
When
record of his.
yeah.
I love
when
that.
Vultures came out, that was one of the first. What that was 98, 99?
98.
So my son was 8 or
No,
9 years
Midnight
old.
Vultures?
Was it in
Mutations is
99 or
98.
2000?
Yeah, it was 98. 99,
So my
2000.
son was under 10 years old. That was one of the first albums that Joseph and I connected with in the car. I'd play that record and he loved it, and we just love that record.
It's Sex
Yeah.
Laws, right? Wasn't
Yeah,
on
that
Deborah.
and Deborah. You know,
But do you remember it wasn't received well? Like people were like,
I don't
he's,
remember.
he's stretching this
Yeah.
a
to
little
be
too
honest
far.
with you,
just
I don't
remember
remember
liking it.
that because I wasn't listening to what people were saying. I just liked it. The other,
Oh,
the
sounds
other
a little
album,
pretentious, but
totally. I don't care what other people think. You know, it's funny. I remember. I'm going. Now I'm swifting. I'm doing the weave. What did Trump say? The weave when we go into conversation.
As long as you come back to your original point.
Yeah, my friend Coleman, my friend Verna, the only three people I knew, the three of us, in the 70s, like 73, 4, 5, loved ABBA. And they were, people in record stores thought they were like shite and they were too ABBA. And we loved ABBA.
They were very ABBA
Yeah.
for ABBA.
They were Kafkaesque. But Coleman and I saw them the only time they ever toured America in 79. But going back is the other record that my son and I bonded to, and this is the weirdest record for Joe to get into, is Joanna Newsom's
Oof.
Ease.
Sorry.
You know,
Yeah, Todd and I are out on that one.
Yeah, you kind of got it.
I've tried a little bit.
I love Joe. I think that is a perfect album. Steve Albini recorded it, and what's the guy that worked with the Beach Boys a lot? What's on Reprise? He worked at co-wrote stuff with Brian Wilson. Van Dyke Parks did all the arrangements and the orchestration on that, and it's such a beautiful
That's
record.
a later one, right?
It's
like
the
that
third
wild cover,
It's like
right?
the third.
Very
It's the
colorful.
Big harp,
It's
right?
it's like
You
the,
see it everywhere.
It's not the big heart. That's the yellow card. That's the one before that.
It's like
It's
dressed
the
in
one.
red.
She looks like she's in a Renaissance painting.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. Jenna, and she's married to Adam Sandberg.
But she's
We've gone full
Joanna
circle
Newsom
from
is
an earlier conversation.
Yes.
Joanna Newsom is another that I don't know, and I should spend some more time with.
But she has a high-pitched
Really
voice. Now, do you
yeah.
guys are you Kate Bush fans?
Another one I need to spend more time with.
Same.
Okay.
Like,
I've heard a
appreciate
little
her,
bit, but need
But
need
I've
Kate
never
Bush-
gone super deep in
Kate
it.
Bush might be my #1 female artist.
Mine's Lucinda Williams by a mile.
Okay. Did
Mine
you get
might-
the Abbey
mine might
Road?
be Sinead
Yeah.
O'Connor.
Okay. Do you like
That's
the
a good one.
The Abbey Road's good?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's the best covers record she's
I don't
done.
like that.
Kelly Willis.
The
Do you know Kelly
the
Willis?
Beatles one?
I liked it.
It
Oh,
just
it's so
sounds like
good.
karaoke. I don't know. Those songs are so overdone.
Do you know
sometimes.
Kelly Willis?
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly Willis. She's number 2. Kelly Willis. Oh no, she's great. That's it.
Sorry.
It's not this lasagna time, I think.
It might be a lasagna time.
This is good. We've been on this for what, like
yeah,
a couple hours?
we don't want to.
3 hours?
Yeah,
So Todd, can you
Let's
show
not
what does
wear out
what
our
does your
welcome.
T-shirt say? Eared?
Weirdo.
Okay, actually I knew
You
that,
have
but I
the
wanted.
same one.
I
We
want
all
the
have
audience
music,
to-
right? Mine's
I
Got
think
About
you have one too,
Voices.
yeah? No?
Got
You have a
About
Guide
Voices.
About Voices shirt?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nice.
I
Which
have
one? What does it say?
What's
That's
that?
it.
Oh,
Just-
that's a good one.
It's B1000.
Sweet.
Church
think it
of
came with
Elvis
the
and
B1000
more
reissue.
Latter-day
Nice.
Saints.
Huh?
Church of Elvis and more Latter-day Saints.
Oh, I love that guy's channel.
The last thing we talked about over lunch was what band best exemplifies, is that the right word? 90s indie rock. I said Pavement.
I said
you said
Guide
Got
About
About
Voices.
I said-
Mazzy said Hot Tuna. That wasn't even funny. Thank you for the laugh of that.
I said Build a Spell.
Build a
Yeah, you
Spell.
and all 3 of those.
All 3 of those.
It
I
might
like
be
her.
They had
GBV. You
a
might be right.
fabulous playlist
Yeah.
on at E9, one of our favorite breweries in Tacoma, that we were at earlier.
Yeah, we should mention them as much
They
as
had
you mentioned.
Who
Such
was
a
your favorite
great
indie rock band? That was
of the '90s.
whatever.
Red House Painters.
That's a good one.
They were good.
And
Really
don't
good.
just because Mark got Me Too, we don't want to go there. But
Oh, that's right. He
yeah.
did.
But I love. To me, that is. It's funny. There was one of the albums. Is it called something of a?
Wait, Mark Kozolak? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
'Cause he had those
Yeah.
great solo records.
Anyway, but he had that. There's one record, Songs of a Blue Guitar. What's that
Yeah,
album?
Sounds of Blue Guitar.
I had that CD, right? And I played in my office all the time. And one time I was doing something at home, literally a year later, and I had it on, and all of a sudden it was like this long, some of his stuff on that album sounds like Neil Young when he goes into this crazy horse long, but like Neil Young slowed down, like half speed Neil
Yeah,
Young,
yeah.
right? With that just jammy loud guitar, but
I used
soft.
to, that was my
loud.
favorite album by them.
Oh,
Soft
God.
Loud.
Soft loud. It's like, but all of a sudden I kind of connect with his lyrics, what he's singing, and I had never connected with the lyrics. He's doing a 10-minute version, slowed down, of Paul McCartney's Silly Love Songs on that album.
Is he really?
He does, and I never knew.
You listened to it like 600 times,
I
and you never heard
I
it?
never knew that was a Silly Love Song. I thought it was an original. I just liked the mood of it, but all of a sudden I started connecting the lyrics, which is a weird song to cover,
That's cool.
and he totally turned it inside out.
You know, my favorite album by him is Mark Kozlak is What's Next to the Moon. He takes AC/DC era Bon
that
Scott
is cool.
songs and he slows them way down.
Yeah.
And here's a guy who was kind of rough, you know, Bon Scott lived a pretty wild life or whatever, and was writing these really tender songs. And you hear that when he interprets them. And
That's cool.
yeah, it's one of my
Well,
favorite.
he has
It's
that-
my favorite record by him.
Songs of the Great Highway. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? That
And-
record's
Yeah,
incredible.
I have the box set that they put out of
Something
4AD.
Great Highway.
Great Highways, it's called Great. And there was one,
By
Ocean Beach.
By
There's
Kozlak.
Ocean Beach.
Ocean Beach, yeah.
I mean, those guys live in the
But
mission.
then he got super weird at the
Yeah.
end. Like
The-
they were all. It was like
Everything
spoken
was
word.
like spoken word
Yeah.
diary stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
There
It
was
great at first.
There was a
but-
clique of that kind of stuff in San Francisco in the mission when I.
He was a San Francisco guy, right?
Well, he moved there. I mean, yeah, the band
The
kind
band
of
started
Yeah,
there.
the other band was the American Music Club with Mark Eitzel,
Also really
and
good.
and that was good too. In fact, I used to go to places and people would say, "Are you Mark Eitzel?" Because
you kind of do look. You got a little. I'd
I'm
survive.
prettier than Mark Eitzel, but
I got
but-
a guitar upstairs if you want to take it on.
I no, but those records, I have the CDs only of them. Those records were actually pretty good.
There's a reissue campaign coming with their stuff. I read
Really?
about it.
That's
Yeah.
another band. I don't
Yeah.
know American Music Club well.
I can,
Yeah.
I
The
can definitely get
Mekons.
more
I don't
now.
know the Mekons well.
Do you
But I've
remember,
always
um,
Rock
wanted
and
to-
roll is such a good
There was a cool black band that used to play. You remember the Elbow Room?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
Elbow Room on Valencia. Upstairs they had live music sometimes, and there was a band that used to play almost. It wasn't a house band, but they played there maybe weekly or whatever. They were called the Brown Fellinis, and they were kind of funky, soulful, a little psychedelic, and I don't know if they.
Thought
really
you
had
really
a
heard
cover.
there for a second.
I don't know if they. I don't know if they ever made if they ever made a record. So if anyone knows, I should look it up. The Brown Fellinis, and I think it was Braun. Maybe no, I don't know, but
Ron?
it's the Brown Fellinis. And anyway,
Anyway.
anyone else ever see that? I used to go see them, and they were great live. So that was a good place, the Elbow Room.
Oh, it was
It
good.
just
Really
closed
good.
recently, a few years ago, right?
Did it? It was there when I
But
was
then
there.
it got a reprise because they were going to tear down the building.
Yeah,
Oh,
it did.
we hadn't talked about today.
we all
down-
lived in San Francisco at one point.
Downtown LA, yesterday, the Morrison Hotel burned down, or at least the roof collapsed or something and burnt, where the Doors photographed the cover. Henry Diltz photographed that album cover. Spit it out, Maslow.
Full circle.
Full circle.
But I'm trying to fill them in.
Yeah, on what we talked about.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Well,
I think
any
that's-
I
party,
think
any
that's
parting
probably
words?
wrapping
That's
it
probably
up.
enough. It's probably getting pretty long.
I'm gonna find the cats.
Yeah, the cats love him.
Yeah.
Lenny and Frankie love Chris. So happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
It's been really cool.
Thanks for
Hope it
watching.
was
Take
for
care.
you too.
Subscribe to Todd's channel here. If you push the subscribe button.
Sure. And Chris and Mazzy. Mazzy doesn't need subscribers. Who are we kidding? Thank you, everyone.